I'd like to begin by paying respect to my predecessor, uh, and is, he deserves, to be acknowledged, as a very respectable person. And I will use the judgment of the judge who passed judgment on him, to make the point. In the history of judgments that I know about and I've read about, I've never had a judge say that the uh, the the, the accused before him uh, was guilty of an innocent mistake. I mean, innocent mistake. So exactly, I mean, that is self-prescriptive. If the judge, not the defense counsel, it is the judge who said it was an innocent mistake. So it's a personality that is worth celebrating and respected. So, and I pay him that obeisance. Well, I'm here in two capacities. As first, as the most important, as the DG of the Director General of the ObiDatti campaign, and also as a veteran journalist. So the pressmen here and women, you don't have any other choice than to report me with partiality. So thank you very much. Well, it is with deep sense of duty and humility that I accept my appointment as the Director General of the ObiDatti Presidential Campaign Council, especially at this critical point in Nigeria's political history. Every ardent observer of the Nigerian political space and recent trend of events will attest to the teeming organic support the emergence of His Excellency Peter Obi as the presidential candidate of the Labour Party has received across the country. This is undeniable a pointer to the fact Nigerians have anchored their hope on the ensuing victory of Peter Obi in the coming 2023 presidential election. My team and I hereby promise to work assiduously hard, to ensure victory for the ObiDatti campaign ticket come February 2023. We are not oblivious of the magnitude of work required of us to deliver on the promise so declared. We are braced for it and equally find solace in divine guardians, the counsel of our elders, and the unflinching support of well-meaning Nigerians that are eager to see the Nigerian socio-economic status quo upturned and our beloved country progress like other progressing countries all over the world. I'm confident that under my leadership, the campaign will excel. Challenges will surely come, but we will surmount them as one united family. May I use this evident opportunity to encourage our supporters across the country and in the diaspora never to relent, but to continue with their support at different levels, in different quarters, and through their respective approaches. The race has not ended, obviously. The finishing line is in sight, and the prize is assured. We shall be victorious, and we shall celebrate by God's grace. I wish to appreciate the trust reposed in me by the leadership of the Labour Party and the advisory board of the ObiDatti presidential campaign to steer this ship, even as we sail through stormy political waters. The campaign promises to continue the tradition of engaging with politics devoid of acrimony and to always push the boundaries of issue-based campaign as we lead the advent of a new Nigerian political terrain, taking a legal perspective. There is no obligation on me. I've not contravened any constitutional or legal in accepting the position, of the DG. Neither is the president, our principal, under duress to appoint whosoever he wishes as Director General. If he wants, he can even appoint he can appoint what's the name of Obama's director? He can appoint David Axelrod as the Director General of the campaign. It's not under duress to appoint anybody to. But let me tell you, right? First and again, the question of morality, right? at the risk of being immodest, I think I will be one of the very few, politicians in Nigeria who has been very morally consistent. I'm a journalist, and I write a column for newspaper. I've been writing for this day for the past 9 years. Anybody who has been reading my column will know that the position I am today is logically so consistent with what I have preached along the way. So, and to tell you the truth, right? I won't mention the name, but I will tell you that I was directly invited to come and lead the campaign of one of the 3 frontline presidential candidates, and I declined. It was painful for me to decline because the person in question, the presidential candidate in question, I have a very good personal relationship with him. But principles, and if we are preaching, it was a test, of my own, of my moral position. Because a man is not tested until you are confronted, with a challenge to which you are asked, you have to respond. So, as I said, taking this step is not the implication of saying that it is morally inconsistent, is absurd in the extreme. The position that I've taken in the past decades in Nigeria is a sacrificial position, right? I didn't make myself the DG of this campaign. Neither did I make myself the Southwest coordinator of the campaign. It came out of a reputation, out of my own belief of what is good for Nigeria. I mean, let's include the co-consul. Of the 4 presidential candidates or presidential tickets, which one do you think? Let us speak candidly. I'm not talking about cynical, as you say, somebody can win, somebody cannot. Which one of the 4 presidential candidates will you say objectively is in the interest of Nigeria? None of them is balanced, right? 2 of them contradicts the idea of nationhood, which power rotation is expected to promote. The other one cynically, went for the same faith ticket, Muslim ticket. Is that in the interest of Nigeria? So why should I find it difficult to now go for that, and then say that I'm being bad, or being drawn back by senatorial ambition that I have? I think you're fairly responsible of me. I've taken a very conspicuous public position, on who should become the next president of Nigeria. It's unambiguous. In fact, those who have spoken to, anybody who, if you go by that criteria of where this man has to, shouldn't ask me that question, should not ask me a question about morality or where I stand. It is clear-cut. It's unambiguous, right? So, that is, and in any case, I don't compare myself to them. Well, the history of the Fourth Republic has been the fluidity, of movement across the boundaries. Many people leave PDP today to go to APC. APC today, many of PDP elected governors of PDP supported the APC in 2015 while they were still PDP governors. There was an extreme situation in which a sitting vice president, although elected as a PDP, took the presidential ticket of another party to contest against a government in which he was vice president. So you see, I don't compare myself to them, but it's funny when people make some kind of allegations. Where I am, the position that I've taken is a sacrificial position, right? To stand for what is right, in essence, fight, an intolerable, status quo. It comes with a lot of sacrifice. I cannot be criticizing the government rightly and then go ahead to sponsor a company to go and get a contract from them. I've already drawn the line, and the line, are falling for me in pleasant places. That is why I'm here to where I am today. Actually, what you are asking is that how do we confront the challenges that they are inevitable in any? It's a very dynamic situation. It is not unexpected. First, we are going to address the internal imbalance that has contributed to that. That we need to be more focused. The thing is that we have been spoilt by the Nigerian people. They always turn out spontaneously, and they have so much affection and goodwill, such that we then relented a little bit on our oars. But definitely we will. Look, let me give you an instance of the Port Harcourt. Before it got to before PO got to the destination of the campaign, the stadium, along the route were lined and crowded by cheering supporters. So anybody who wants to have an assessment of the level of popularity that he enjoys should actually start from there. But as I said, we appreciate the influence of optics, which is essentially what we are talking about, and you will see a reflection of that, in what we do going forward. Essentially, the youth, Nigerian youth, right? The future of Nigeria belongs to them, and they have chosen the candidate who best personifies that future, right? And many of them are in the support groups, right? Under my leadership, they are going to get the optimum, maximum attention and respect that they deserve.